Dear students, in continuation of the viscose rayon fiber manufacturing process, in last video lecture as I discussed about the shredding process, now after shredding the snow white like mass is transferred to the, or you can say stored in a next stainless steel vessel. That process is called the aging process, just the storing. Aging is an oxidative depolymerization steps and needs to be carefully controlled to obtain the desired degree of depolymerization. The shredded crumbs are stored in a rectangular galvanized steel containers and covered with lids. The oxygen available from the air within the fluffy crumbs is sufficient and exposure to outside air is avoided, as otherwise the crumbs are dry out and carbon dioxide from air produces carbonates which affect xanthation and filterability. Aging is carried out for 1 to 3 days at a temperature of 25 to 30 degrees centigrade. The aging process can be accelerated considerably with the use of high temperature and catalyst in the form of heavy salts such as manganese or cobalt. The aging step can be avoided if the degree of polymerization requirement is high. Means here, for example, in the case of polynosic or modified rayon fiber, high weight modulus rayon fiber, in this the aging process is eliminated. Occasionally aging is referred to as a mercerization step. It is to be clearly understood that the aging and the mercerization are distinctly different. During the mercerization, the reactivity increases, but there is no loss in the degree of polymerization. During the aging, chemical reactivity as measured by rate of hydrolysis or xanthate formation does not increase, but the solution is greatly affected. Now, after the aging process, the degree of polymerization from 2000 to reduced to the level of 300 for the, or below than 300 up to 200 or 210 to 300 is recommended for a good spinability and for the preparation of a good spinning top and spinability of the viscose process. Now next step after the aging, the next is xanthation. The matured or aged alkali cellulose, soda cellulose, is transferred into a hermetically sealed churners, or you can say the hexagonal churners, just like used in the cement industries, where the carbon disulfide is produced in a weight proportion of carbon disulfide is introduced in a weight proportion of 32 to 35% by weight of the cellulose in the alkali cellulose. The churner is slowly rotated at 1 to 4 rpm for a period of 1 to 3 hours at a temperature of 20 to 30 degrees centigrade. Approximately 65% of CS2 reacts with the cellulose while the remainder goes into the other reactions. The prominent reactions being the formation of Na2CS3, which is responsible for the orange coloration of the flax. The xanthation ratio or the degree of substitution, that is the gamma value, can be increased by the CS content and increasing the xanthation time. Although this does not improve solubility, or a higher gamma value is required for the manufacture of high performance rayons and polynosic rayons. The ratio of the total sulfur to the xanthate sulfur is an important variable during the coagulation and regeneration. Now, after the xanthation completes, the deep honey-like mass is produced. Is go for the next operation, that is the dissolution. Dissolution of The cellulose xanthate takes place in a cylindrical vessels equipped with agitators. A 4 to 6% solution of NaOH is used, and during dissolution a considerable amount of air is whipped. Yes, means air bubbles are formed into the solution, and which needs to be removed by the deaeration or degation. And next is the filtration. As the viscous solution is formed, is filtered through a filter cloth or filtration unit to remove the impurities or undissolved cellulose particles. And filtration is done in several stages, and the last stage is being as close to its spin rate is possible. Yes, next is after filtration is blending or mixing. Viscous solutions from various dissolving tanks are blended together in a large vessel to homogenize and remove batch to batch variation. So blending or mixing is carried out. Then the last step before spinning is the ripening or maturing. As initially produced viscose is relatively difficult to coagulate, so it is therefore not suitable for the industrial applications. So after blending, the viscose solution is transferred into a large steel tanks, galvanized steel tanks with airtight lid in the constant at a constant temperature, room temperature, where is kept for 1 to 3 days at a temperature of 15 to 25 degrees centigrade. Ripening is basically a storage or nothing that at control temperature, and during this period the various changes occurs, the most important of which is spontaneous decomposition of the xanthate coupled with the changes in the redistribution of the xanthate groups both within the cellulose chain and between the cellulose chains. And the viscosity of the xanthate solution initially drops as redistribution of xanthate groups increases the dispersion, and then increases as a dexanthation and agglomeration of the cellulose molecules gradually reduce solubility, and as coagulability is the index of ripeness, the process of ripeness is followed by determining the readiness to coagulate in the standard salt solution. The two standard tests are used to measure the ripeness of are the Houghton-Roth number or Houghton-Roth index test, salt index or point index test. In the Houghton-Roth number test, this gives the volume in the millimeter of the 18% ammonium chloride solution which is needed to coagulate a 20 gram of viscose solution diluted with 30 ml water. Again listen here, to know the ripeness figure, the 20 gram of viscose solution first dissolved in 30 ml water, and then it is added in the in this solution in a beaker. The 10% ammonium chloride solution is added, and if it coagulates, that shows the Houghton-Roth index test. While the salt index test, this gives the concentration of sodium chloride solution at 15 degrees centigrade needed to coagulate 1 drop of viscose solution from a glass rod of 3 by 16 inches in diameter. Again understand this one. With the help of a glass rod, first take the viscose solution and allow to one of the drop in a at varying concentration of sodium chloride beakers or in the beakers at 15 degrees centigrade temperature. If it coagulates, then show the salt index test. Each type of viscose require a certain time of ripening to make it spinnable, and amongst the variables for controlling the ripening temperature is the most convenient of the for obtaining the proper degree of ripening in the desired time. Therefore precise temperature control is necessary. Now after this ripening, the next step is the spinning. I will discuss the spinning process or fiber formation mechanism in the next video lecture. Thank you.